Hello, my name is Jose Ignacio. I am from the year of engineering in mechatronics and the work are about the present or integrative projects, in which we have the micro usage of the areas of mechatronics. The first consistent of using a robotic arm that applies it is main function, which is help process the hype in the for your routine. Secondly, the usage of PLC is integrated that sequences the functions that with the usage of sensors and pneumatic systems help to monitor the process of this project. Thirdly, a vision system that helps to identify the way in which part of the final process has to be ready. It is fits of required color is it is and the required way and it fit those not complete with those characteristics is with carried of the repulsion of what is not corresponding. I agree. It is that this helps us to put in the practice the knowledge that was applied in the workshops during the time of our student training. It is good that.
Hello, my name is Gerardo Flores, and I'm going to talk about the project of the robot. Well, the design and develop of an autonomous mobile robot for indoor navigation. I think, in my opinion, the objective of this project is to design and develop an autonomous mobile robot that can navigate through indoor environment without human intervention. Secondly, the robot will be equipped with sensors such as cameras, LIDAR, and ultrasonic sensor to detect obstacles and navigate through the environment. The robot will use algorithms such as simultaneous localization and mapping to create a map of the environment and plan its path. The robot will be controlled by a microcontroller and programmed using a combination of C++ and ROS, that is operating system. The robot will be able to navigate through indoor environment and avoid obstacles in real time. The robot will be able to map its environment and localize itself within the map. The robot will be able to communicate with a user interface to receive commands and provide feedback on its status. The development of an autonomous mobile robot for indoor navigation has the potential to improve efficiency and safety in variety of industries. This project will provide valuable insights into the design and implementation of autonomous systems and contribute to the advancement of robotics technology.
Well, I am going to explain my opinions and general thoughts of, if I remember correctly, it was the second integrity project in the career, and my team and I decided to make a simulated process of an industrial process in which the main idea was to transport a little piece of paper, which actually was a cube, and to use a line following robot to transport a little piece of paper, that cube of paper made with origami, to from the point A to the point B. And the line following robot used some sensors in the front part of the car, because the line following robot usually, and in this case, this was the case, it was a car. And if I remember correctly, it had two wheels, and in the front part, it had the sensors. So the sensors uh, were about to read in which part the line was, so we could have with the line drawn in the floor, or in this case it was draw in a table with the line, we could have a track. So the robot was constantly following that line with the help of that sensors, and we programmed the robot with a PID control, and that made the project quite difficult. Despite of at least me, I worked with a robot following line in the past, but this one was more complex because I didn't use that algorithm, and it was my first time using something like that. So we actually thought at the beginning that it was going to be more easier. It was going to be easier, but at the end we were actually thinking maybe we won't get it. Maybe we won't be finishing this. But at the end it worked. We were, I think, like 5 people doing this together, and we had a difficult time. Even we were sleeping together in the same house, and we were there for several days doing it, trying it, making it, and trying to understand our mistakes and the general process in which not only the car work, not only the process in which the car works, but also the the algorithm, which is very difficult. And I still believe that it worked, but with a lot of suffering. And I think that it it was a good experience because we learned a lot about it, and we hang out a lot also. I wouldn't like to live that again, but it was a lot of experience. A lot of experience. It worked, and I'm happy for that because we were struggling very much about it. Very much, very much. And I think it is good because if we don't get this this kind of challenges, we won't push ourselves to do more and to get out of our comfort zone. And sometimes we need a little push to know what our limits are and to actually do the things that we gotta do because life is not easy. So that's what I learned about it.
Hi, my name is Victor, and this is my opinion agreement on one project who was named the Levestone. And Levestone was a project where I agree that the way was censored with a GAUK. Definitely, the materials of construction or elevation was the correct because gave the support of the structure and was more easily that use. And I think so that when we put in one alarm in the top from the elevator was very cool because the alarm indicate when the elevator was in the top. And my opinion, disagreement. I complete disagreement that the gout was or the gout had to be configured every time that when we start the process because these these aren't efficient because when we do that we lost time, and this is an inefficient because lost your time and the process is more slow. And I complete disagreement that the GAUK was controlled with L, what control with pulse ele- electronic pulse because these are more more lento than this process because just I will you prefer that we use time to control that the motor because the motor is working with second. When we put in second, the letter go up for 2 seconds or say something, and the motor is stopped, and the pulse are give the motor, and when the pulse call the motor up down, and I think so that the time was more efficient. Thanks.
I don't agree that the projects we have been very basic or very simple. The few jobs we have done are more elaborate, but it because the students have not invested in material and effort in learning, just like the school in terms of materials and tools, but the teacher for the materials they obtained, it was possible to learn with the best there was, and thanks to that, I am little more capable of what I am going to do. For example, in the current integradora, thanks to the teacher, they have supported us with materials and explanation. We have been able to finish, but I feel the projects could have been better since we could improve the automation or the it can more step to make are more completed or put signals to make it look more aesthetic. What I want to get is that the could have been better if we all put more effort than the basic needs.
I think that I can share a lot of thoughts about the projects that we are made. So I want begin with the first one. The first one project uh, we did automatic house, and that part of the Arduino. So I think that for the level of that project and what we had learned, uh, I think that project was okay, not too much advanced or too much um, like amazing, but it's okay, just okay. And the other project that we did is a line of refill bottles of PET, and in that project we can't do it as we plan. So I think that project is it's not like bad, but is uh, a project that we need to reconsider because we don't know if we had the time and the tools for that, for do that. Like in LaView, we can make it in that software, so we needed to change it. I think that that was the difficult in the case of the project that we are doing now in this period. I think we are doing great work and we can solve all the problems to present it to bring to the presentation.